What is up, everybody? Welcome back. My name is Brandon Osborne, also known as Control for Days. Today I'm going to be walking through a modern league with the deck Black-Green Yawgmoth. I did the same thing last week. If you're new here, definitely hit the follow button. I'm going to be doing this every week. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Today, the list I'm running is different than what I ran last week. I am doing a little bit of experimentation. We're running a sideboard that does not have any Thoughtseizes in it. Instead of running the 3 Thoughtseizes that I normally run, we are running 2 Chalice of the Voids and a Veil of Summer in their place, along with the normal package that I normally run, the 2 Necromentia, which is kind of like your interactive suite. I'm curious to see how this list performs. Thoughtseize is a card where I feel like it's minimally impactful a lot of times, so I wanted to see how we did without it. So these are some of the cards that people like to run as points of interaction, I guess I'll say. So let's see if they do the job that Thoughtseize is intended to do. The rest of the list is stock for me. 2 Twilight Mirrors. I don't run a Yawgm or a Urborg. I run a Prosperous Innkeeper. I had trouble saying that last week too. Prosperous Innkeeper instead of a 4th Wall of Roots. I only run 3 Eldritch Evolutions, and I run 2 main deck Endurance. So this is the list we're running today. If you're following along on my spreadsheet, if you're watching on YouTube, that is linked in the description. You will see this list. I'm not sure what color that is listed as version 6.8, so if you want to see how it's performing, feel free to head over there and check it out. I also have a sideboard guide if you're watching on Twitch that is linked in my Patreon below. If you're watching on YouTube, that is also in the description below, so feel free to take advantage of that. We're going to jump into this league and see how these things go. Well, I'm not sure what to expect here, so we'll see. Alright, we are jumping into our first league match. We are playing against Based Cloy. Our opening 7 is fine. Never like seeing Dried Arbor in an opening hand, but you know, it's going to happen from time to time. The rest of it looks good to me. We are on the draw. We're going to keep this 7, and let's see what they are up to. Triome off the bat. I'm so conditioned when I see that to look over to see if they have a companion, particularly a Yorion, but obviously that is not the case. Drew Yawgmoth, which actually isn't bad. Yawgmoth gives us essentially an extra mana for Court of Calling, so I don't mind seeing that right now. Prismatic Ending, yes. Let me adjust this to be a little more visually appealing here. Alright, so with this combination of mana right off the bat, we're thinking likely creativity. Go a little bit tighter on that one. So with me thinking it's creativity, I think I'm just going to start. I could start to pressure their life total. I think that's the move. If they have something like a turn 4 Archon, we're going to be in deep trouble. Okay, maybe it's not creativity because they would have a red fetch land instead. Stoneforge. Was not expecting that. Stoneforge into Cauldra. What are they doing? Alright, we're going to lead with an attack. And then we're going to play out our combo, which is Prosperous Innkeeper plus Dried Arbor. So we gain a life off of our land drop. And then I think we also play out our Yawgmoth. If we hit a mana next turn, hit a land, we'll be able to combo. So we're really, really close to comboing right now. What's up, suspect? Thank you for joining. Alright, there's a binding, so that's not happening. Strange they took the Yawgmoth there. Alright, so here comes Cauldra. It's fine. Like, having the Innkeeper against the Cauldra is actually a pretty big game here. Alright, they have another prismatic ending, it looks like. Alright, so they're slowing our development. Best draw here is a Twilight Mirror, I think. Verdant Catacombs, not bad. We're just going to pass the turn. We're going to take a hit for 5. We'll lose 1 from the Catacombs. But we'll also be able to play a Yawgmoth next turn, assuming this doesn't get countered. So that's going to be good. And hopefully we can start climbing our way back in. Another prismatic ending? Oh my gosh. This is crazy. 3 endings and a binding. I wonder if this changes our plan at all. I don't think it does. I think we just need to build out our board state. If we draw 1 drop, particularly a Yawgmoth, we can still get Yawg next turn. Gain a life there. I wonder, I guess this is just death and taxes or something. I don't even know what this is. I'm not sure what they're doing. Okay, there's the Mire, which we were looking for a few turns ago. So the most mana efficient play now is to Chord for Yawg. I think I'm going to hold off on that for now. See what they do, and then I'll go from there. They might have some form of interaction, I don't know, but it's really kind of questionable what they're doing. And here I think I go for the Yawg at this point. The reason being, I'm probably sacrificing my Wall of Roots here. Or maybe my Dryad Arbor. Yeah, probably my Dryad Arbor, so just saving ourselves a point of damage. And they have another binding. Yeah, sure. Alright, in this case we are sacrificing our Wall of Roots. Slow down the clock a little bit. I still don't know exactly what they're doing, what they're playing. It's a little strange, their configuration here. So I think we play out the Marsh. We don't really have much going. We are likely in big trouble. We're going to take a hit for 4. Our best draw, I think, is Blood Artist, maybe? Another Stoneforge. Okay, yeah, we're just dead. Okay, they got a Sophie there, so they're just gonna put it into play, equip it, and kill us. Okay, based on what we saw, we're bringing in some Force of Vigors and a Liberator. Besides that, I wonder if we bring in Magus. Like, I have to imagine that they're running Solitude, I would think. So maybe Magus. And besides that, nothing else looks very appealing. I don't know if they're running any counter spells. They're kind of running a weird list. I'm gonna shave an Endurance for sure. I'm gonna shave Wall of Roots and a Young Wolf. So this would be a matchup where I would want Thoughtseize, so I'm already feeling the impact of running a list without Thoughtseize. Yeah, Thoughtseize would definitely be good here. And I think maybe a Geist? Probably not. We need 3 drops for our Evos to get ourselves Yawg. I'm contemplating the Messenger, I'm contemplating the Endurance. I think I'll shave the other Endurance. And we'll go with this configuration. The other card I was considering was Sheoldred. But I think this is fine. We'll see how this goes. Would you like to play first? Yes. Alright, this 7 is a little lackluster, but I'm actually going to keep it. Because if we draw into any business, we'll be online here. We'll be okay. This might be a mulligan. I think game 1 our opponent drew every piece of interaction they had in their deck, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. They're on a 6-card hand this game as well. Alright, feels like this is getting killed. And that's the reason I played out the bird first as opposed to the Hierarch. The Hierarch is more valuable, so I want that in play first. Okay, here I'm actually going to go double Hierarch. And then next turn we'll go Geist into hopefully something else. If they play out like a Stoneforge, the best case scenario would be a Grist. That is not a Grist. We're already in a situation where we're probably going to be popping our Peatland. They might have a Binding and take a hit for 4 if they don't. This feels like a Binding. Yep. Yep. Kind of annoying. I was a little tardy as a like a controlling kind of deck, firing that off and not waiting to see if I had another play. Seemed a little overzealous, maybe a little bit. All right, we're flooding out here a little bit, but we're gonna get some beats in with these Hierarchs in the meantime. We'll be hitting for 4 next turn. See what they do. 1, 2, 3. Saheeli. Okay, so they're playing like copycat deck. I don't know if they realize that Saheeli's gonna die unless they have a form of removal here. Alright, we are just drawing nothing but lands. It's funny, they can't Binding our Dryad Arbor, which is good for us. For anyone who's watching, thank you for joining on this Saturday morning. If you have any questions for me, feel free to fire away. 4-drop Omnath. Yeah, we got no answer to that right now. We've drawn lands every single turn. Lands and a Hierarch. That's all we've drawn. Feels like we're losing this one. Not a good start to this league. Yeah, especially if they play Fury. If they have Fury in their list, we're just dead. This feels like a Fury. Okay, I'm just going to scoop this one up, guys. We're not winning from this point. Vita 89, we will be on the play. This opening 7 is fine. We will keep it. And once again, I think I'm going to lead out with the bird. I think we're going to fetch basic, play bird. They keep a 7-card hand. Let's see what they're doing. I've definitely played against this person before. I don't remember what they play. I don't remember what anybody plays, to be honest. There's a very small, select group of people whose decks I actually remember because they're known for playing those decks. I don't know if we played against this person in our last video. We did. So we played against a escape shift, bring to light. Okay, so it's looking poor that we didn't play out our Hierarch turn 1 because we're missing a point of damage, but I kind of always anticipate that our turn 1 dork is going to die, and I would always prefer that the bird dies as opposed to the Hierarch. Not always, but most of the time. Is it any better? Three, they have a Dryad. Another basic mountain. Alright, and they're pretty much dead from here. I think they see the writing on the wall. Okay, better now, good. I don't know why that happened. I don't know what the deal was with that. I bought a webcam and the webcam has a mic on it. And I've tried to disable it, so that's hopefully what's happening. But sometimes it turns on, I guess, for whatever reason. I feel like my light's too bright here too. Okay. So we are playing against a Scape Shift deck. We're going to bring in Necromentias. That might be about it. I don't know what else we can... I guess maybe Shieldred, just to gain some life and get us over 20. Yeah, we really don't have much to bring in here. Once again, without Thoughtseize in our lists, we're a little tight. Yeah, that's weird. Last week I had some weird things happen too. My computer, I built this computer and I bought this monitor, and the monitor is supposed to have speakers on it, and for like the last 3 months I've been using the computer and I haven't been able to get the speakers on the computer to work. And all of a sudden, while I was streaming last week, out of nowhere, the speakers on the computer just turned on for the first time. So there's been some weird stuff going on. My apartment might be haunted, who knows. I don't know if Shieldred is worth it. I think Grist, I can probably shave 1, definitely at least 1 or 2 endurance. Yawgmoth is kind of bad too. Yawgmoth facilitates the combo. Geist isn't really hitting anything. Maybe I do want a Grist. Yeah, I don't think we're doing much here. I think we're just running with this and seeing how it goes. Maybe I want a Liberator to hit. Yeah, Liberator might be okay. Shave on a bird. Let's do that. Alright, game 2 against Vita 89. I don't think this opening 7 is a keep, unfortunately. I love Hapatra. I love Hapatra as a card. I really like it with our deck. The only problem is that I'm going to keep this 7, and I think I might be sending Yawg back. This 6-card hand. This card, we obviously need more lands, but I don't want to mull down to 5. Yeah, Patron is awesome. It's a super powerful card when you get it going. But the matchups where Hapatra is good, we are really good at already. So that's my main reason why I cut it. Not because I don't like the card or not because I don't think it's powerful, but because it is a little bit win more, you know? I wish I had room for in my 75. Like if I had 1 or 2 more sideboard slots, I would definitely be playing Hapatra in one of them. But right now, I just feel like it doesn't meaningfully change matchups we're bad at. That is horrible for us. Okay, we need to hit a land drop. I probably should have played around that. Just the fact that we didn't see a lot out of their deck game 1. Alright, we didn't draw land. We're in trouble. This is not good. If we go like runner, runner, land, land, we'll have a shot, but otherwise we're going to be in deep trouble. So for those that are just joining to this list, I am running without Thoughtseize. I have no Thoughtseize in the 75, and so far we have been punished in both of our matches for not having access to Thoughtseize. So this is a lesson to all of us. Play Thoughtseize. Probably. Land? Okay. Alright, we're in it. Ish. We're gonna run out our Geist. It feels like there's probably a Valakut coming down next turn, which I think is why they shot the Yawgmoth. So, I mean, if they just hit Valakut next turn, I'm probably just going to scoop. I don't think there's really a good reason for me to finish playing that out. Just any land drop they hit from that point forward is going to deal 6 because they'll be able to fetch. Oh, I guess I could have killed the Wrenn in 6, but probably should have done that. But, okay. Or not. Yeah, that would have been bad if I had attacked, so wound up being the correct play not to do that. Let's see, if they have a Valakut, it's GG. I will never have another permanent on the battlefield. What's up, NJ? Welcome to the stream. We are currently 0-1. We are running a list without Thoughtseize. I just got smashed in our first round, playing against some weird Omnath 5-color Stoneforge Mystic deck. I don't know if it's an actual thing, but that is what happened. And Thoughtseize would have been really good. I don't. I thought I hooked up my Stream Decker. But it's not showing up for some reason. I'm still kind of figuring out this this Twitch thing, so bear with me. I'll show the deck list in between matches so you can get an idea. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna scoop here. We're not winning from this point. So that 6-card hand was not good enough. Alright, we are on the play this game. I like the Necromentias, the Liberator. So let me go back to the original configuration so you can get an idea of what I'm doing here. Geist, double endurance, and a bird. There's one more card I brought in. Oh, Shieldred. Yeah, so I pulled these 4 out. I put these 4 in. No Thoughtseize. I'm running 2 Chalices and a Veil of Summer in place of the 3 Thoughtseizes that I normally run, and I am getting punished for it right now. So this is what we're going to do, and actually going to keep in the Geist because they do have Wrenn and 6. I don't know if Shieldred's good enough. It might just be too clunky. I think we're just going to stay really lean this game. So this 7 we're going to keep. We're playing, our game plan is to play our game. So that's what we're doing. That's how we're approaching this. They mulligan to 6. So as it stands, we have a turn 3 Yawg, so that's going to be hopefully good enough. Okay. We're playing against Scape Shift right now. Like a red-green version as opposed to the Bring to Light version. Yeah, so bringing in Chalice against Grinding Station against Breach decks. Alright, that kind of sucks. That slows us down. Definitely seems reasonable. Alright, because we drew that, we're actually going to play out the Tomb. Was not anticipating having to do that. But we do have a turn 4 combo kill now. Depending on what they do. We'll see. I forget the point I was trying to make with the Breach. But yeah, their combo is definitely contingent upon being able to recycle the 0 drops out of their graveyard when they cast a Breach. Okay, there's a Wrenn and 6. I think they're probably plussing, if I had to guess. Yes. And we're just going to ignore the Wrenn and 6 here. It's going to hit their life total. We're going to fetch Shock, and we're going to play out this fella, and then the hope is that they're dead next turn. We'll see. No, I have a swamp. I have a swamp in the list. That was a Windswept Teeth, so I couldn't fetch out swamp. Alright, 3. Alright, they're dead. I didn't realize Scape Shift ran this card. So if they actually minus there to kill our Geist, 3/6, they still would be dead. Yeah, they'd be dead either way. Would not have done it. Alright, so we're going to get the win in this. Unless they have like an endurance, that would be the only reason why. Endurance would keep them alive. Okay, and we got that. Alright, so our opening 7 doesn't do much. It ramps, but we don't have any business. This is kind of a tricky hand. I'm going to screenshot this one. Do you keep or do you mull? I want to ask you guys, what do you do? Do you keep or do you mull here? Okay, I'm going to mulligan it. Let's see what we get. This is kind of a similar hand. I am going to keep this one and ship back a bird. We do need a second land though. This hand has business though, so if we can keep at least one or two of our dorks alive, we're going to fetch shock, play out a bird. Turbo Grist. I think, I don't know, that first... Alright, we're playing against goblins. Goblins is a little bit of a scary deck. They can do stuff very quickly. That was a good draw. That was what we wanted. Alright, we're going to get Grist online. And we'll have a turn 3 Yawgmoth, depending on what they do. Their best card against us in the early game is Munitions Expert, so we're, you know, that could potentially kill our Grist just outright. Okay, that's really good against us. I do not like that card. When I used to play Legacy Ant, that was always a card you hated to see. You didn't see it often, but every once in a while it would show up. Alright, we're going to lead. I wonder if we swing or not. I think I'm going to sit back on defense here. No. I'll actually attack. I'll bring the beats. Like I'm not wasting this chord for anything but Yawgmoth, so it doesn't make sense for me to stay back on defense there. Yeah, this thing, you just can't target anything, so... Alright, Snoop is something we're going to have to get rid of. They're short on mana. Alright, are they attacking Grist? We're fine with that. We don't care. If we draw land, we'll be good. Blood Artist. I think we're going to get one more turn. So we're going to plus play out Blood Artist, pass the turn, and then we'll be able to go ham next turn. So as long as they don't flip a Kiki Jiki off the top. Which the last time I played against goblins, they actually did to me. I haven't seen this card out of goblins yet, though. It's interesting. Okay, Blood Crypt on top, so they're going to... They don't have a land, so they can't play the Matron. Let's see what they do here. Oh, I forgot. Oh, okay. Yeah, duh. Okay, yeah, we're just dead. I guess I had to kill the Snoop. That was stupid. Ugh. Yeah, we're just dead. I forgot about the Prospector. I am not playing well here. Alright. I don't know if we really have much to bring in against them. Once again, I'd probably want to bring in Thoughtseize against them. I'll bring in the Liberator just in case they have Leyline. I'll cut an Endurance. Besides that, yeah, they do have Vile, but if it's just like medium to like Force of Vigor that, so I think Liberator might be the only card we're bringing in. I mean, it could always Necromentia one of their combo pieces, but it feels minimally impactful. Yeah, I'm not worried about Chalice. Yes, I will play first. I thought we were winning that game. That was unfortunate. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Okay, this 7 is a keep. Feels like they have a ley line. Or they're considering whether or not they're going to mulligan. You're unsure how they do what? How they combo kill? Meaning with the like Siege Gang? Yeah, you might be correct. Maybe that was premature. Premature scoop. Yeah, I should have let that play out. That was a mistake. I'm full of mistakes this league. Alright, so we're gonna play out our Mire. This is really good for us. We have a turn 3 Evo into Yawg. See if they have an Unsettled Mariner again. That would be unfortunate. And this is a turn 4 kill, so as long as we survive long enough to do that. Okay, that stops us in our tracks here, at least for a turn. It's kind of annoying. Just gonna keep beating down. It might not be super relevant to be attacking, but you know, it might be more relevant to just like leave up Court of Calling. That was actually, no, that was the move. Oh, god damn it. I can't believe I did that. I was supposed to leave up Cord there. That was such a big mistake. Oh, I can't believe I did that. I was supposed to leave up Cord for Blood Artist during my turn, Evo into Yawg and just kill. So I just gave them an extra turn. That was really, really bad. Alright. So they can't cast. They can go either or with those two cards. Oh my gosh. I'm very disappointed in my play right now. Oh, and I'm getting so punished. What did they discard? A munitions expert. Alright. Alright, Wall of Roots is a really good draw. Alright, so I'm not going to make the same mistake again. We're going to try that line again next turn, or this turn. Alright, there's Snoopy. Alright, so they don't have the land into the Hogarth. So we should get the win here, hopefully. Alright, so after my massive punts, plural, we should be okay. Okay, we got there. Whew, that was close. If you didn't sack the Mariner, then they had the combo kill. My bad. Took me a bit to think it through. Yeah, the Mariner cancels out the Blood Artist trigger, so I'm not gaining any life off of it. Or I'm not dealing any damage off of it. Okay, so game 3. Good to know that they have Blood Moon. Maybe I do bring in a Force of Vigor now with Blood Moon on my radar. Try that. Alright, this 7 I think is a little too slow. So we're going to mulligan that. And this 6, I hate having Dryad Arbor, but I think we have to keep this, and we ship a wolf. And then if they have something like Fury, we're in big trouble. Feels like they have a pre-game action. Yeah, Goblins is a scary deck. Okay, there's a ley line. So we have the Liberator for that if needed. Wonder what they're going to name. Okay, Vile. Flipped Liberator is big game. Grist, not ideal. Grist isn't that good in this matchup, but we just don't really have anything better. So I would probably shave some number of them for Thoughtseizes if I had Thoughtseize in the list, but Mariner, annoying. That's the list they're running. Okay, so here I could just lose to Fury, or I play its... I mean, I think I just lose to Fury if they have it, so I just think I have to play out stuff. And if they have it, they have it. I don't think I really have another option given the texture of this hand. We shall see. So, and if they have like Snoop into Bogart, we just lose this turn. There's a Blood Moon, that's fine. Okay, our creatures are living. We like that. So I think we go... Liberator this turn. And Grist next turn. If they don't cast anything, we unlock our mana here. Blood Moon number 2, okay. Do your thing. They're really not doing much though. They have all their sideboard cards, but they're kind of just dirtling right now. Okay, I think from here we're probably... I think we're killing the Mariner at this point. I probably tapped wrong there. Yeah, alright, well that's fine, because we can pay for the... Yes. Okay, let's start to bring the beats. Swing with 3/3. They probably don't have something that's got equal power toughness to that in their hand. Alright, we really want this Mariner to flip. That would be a really big game. I think the first card we get rid of is the Vial. They might have a ringleader here. Okay, they're not casting anything. Flipped Liberator is good. Start with an uptick. Force of Vigor into the graveyard, or into the exile pile. Alright, do they have a 4-drop? Okay, so they have a ringleader. Oh, Slinging. Okay. Interesting. Wasn't expecting that. I think I'm going to go Geist here. And then pass. So they're off black mana now that their Vial is gone. I feel like the consequence of Blood Moon is actually greater for them, and we got there. We got there. Alright, I didn't think we were going to win that match. I played less than ideal. So, but we got there. Flipped Liberator gets the job done. We're on our way to that 0-1-4-1 league. Okay, so this is match 4 of the league. Rufus Fido is our opponent. We are getting a lot of these like one land, multiple dork hands. They are on the play. Because we have so many 1-drops, I think I'm actually going to keep this. It's definitely risky. We're also on the draw, so I have access to an extra card, which I'm hoping is a land, but this is definitely sketchy. Alright, scales. So this hand should work out. As long as they don't have a Ballista. And we drew our land too. So lead on bird again. Like, we're not really attacking in the early game here. We're just building out our board. So it doesn't really matter to play out the Hierarch. And we just need to dodge a Ballista. And as long as we do that... Okay, so you're 3-1. I don't think I've ever lost to this matchup. Hardened Scales, where is it? I'm 10-0 against Hardened Scales, so there's the Ballista. This is how we lose, though. Definitely how we lose. This is like their best possible start. Scales into Ballista, so then if they have a way to start ramping up the Ballista, could be problematic for us. I'm gonna play out double Yawgmoth here. The next turn I can evoke the Endurance Cord for like a Wall of Roots. And then hope to get Yawg on the following turn. Or I can just draw land, which would be make things a little bit easier. Alright, they have double Saga. Not that big a deal. I think we're combo killing this game. Welding Jar is fine. We just need to stay alive long enough to be able to do that. I don't think they swing with the Ballista, no. Yeah, the fact that they kind of petered out with their game plan here. All right, another Yawgmoth. I think I'm actually going to play out the Hierarch here and incentivize them to try to kill it with the Ballista. See what they do. I don't think they run a main deck Pithing Needle, but if they do, that will be really bad for us. I can't get Wall of Roots now either, which is kind of unfortunate. What would you have guys done? Would you have played out the Hierarch or just held up for Wall of Roots? I kind of want this Ballista to go away. I guess they got Ozolith. Oh, Zabaz. Oh, they can pump their Ballista now. Now the Ballista's going to start mowing things down. Yeah, we're in a little bit of trouble. It'd be nice if Hardened scales worked for me too, so my Yawgmoths came back super powered. That would be fun, right? Still have a shot this game, which, yeah, we're not out of it just yet. All right, that was a good draw. And I'm not sure what I chord for now. So I could chord for Innkeeper. Which they're obligated to shoot down. And then I can cast Yawg on my turn. And then try to kill from there. I mean, it's going to be contingent on my life total here. They're going to have potentially enough to just mow down my whole board. Let's see how this works. Sacking the Zabaz. I'm gonna take a lot of damage here. Yeah, I don't even know if Yawgmoth is good enough. Like, this is how they win this matchup, is Ballista, Hardened scales Ballista, and then just start like doing their shenanigans. And I think I'm just dead here. Like, if I don't block 11-17, I'm dead. So I have to block. I don't think Yawg is good enough. I don't think there's anything I can do from here. I'm gonna scoop it up. Alright, so game 2, Force of Vigor, Liberator. Those are the big ones. Life gain of Shieldred, maybe? Cuts for cutting a messenger, cutting some number of grists, cutting an endurance. And a Wall of Roots, I think. think that's reasonable. Oh, I should probably bring in the Magus on the play as well. Shave another wall. So this hand feels a little slow to me, so we're going to mulligan that. This hand feels even slower, so we're going to mulligan this too. This hand is acceptable, we'll keep this. And we have to put back 2. Huh. This is hard. Kind of want the Force of Vigor, but it doesn't really work well with our hand. I need a green card for Force of Vigor. I want the Yawgmoth. I want to keep all of these. I think we have to get rid of the Geist, but if we get rid of the Geist, the Force of Vigor isn't as good. So maybe we're just leaning on Yawgmoth this game, just hoping that that's good enough. I guess. That doesn't feel great. Like, I really want that Force of Vigor, but I don't know. I don't think I can afford to keep it. We're just kind of all in on Yawg this game. It would be very unfortunate if my first and only loss in this matchup comes on stream where everybody is watching when I've said that this matchup is pretty much unlosable. Forest, Hardened Scales, Dismember. Yeesh, that's really good against our hand right now. That is not very good right now. Yeah, we need to go runner. We need land. That is how we win this game. Or if we pull like another Force of Vigor off the top. So send good vibes. Send good vibes for runner, land. They have a Grove. This is, I mean, a fairly anemic start from them. A little bit slow. So we're not out of it. Land. Kind of a land. Kind of. You can still go Yawg next turn, so this is like our deck being cheeky with us. Okay, I'm not going to give you land. I'm going to give you a very vulnerable, ignoble Hierarch, and we'll see. We'll see if you're good enough to get to 4 mana. Is that so much to ask? Just a land? Cage we don't care about right now. Just give me a land. I say that, then we're going to draw like a Court of Calling. Land me. We got there. We got there. Okay. So they can't sacrifice this, so we're just going to dump it right now. Oh. Why am I doing this? Oh my gosh. I don't know how many times I've punted so far today. I can't believe I'm playing so poorly right now. Yeah, I wanted a Dryad Arbor, exactly. I don't deserve to win this. I got ahead of myself there. I think the fact that like not a lot of people, I'm gonna make an excuse right now, but not a lot of people play Cage. I'm like mentally soft playing against it. Ballista for 1, we're fine with that. We're still okay though. We're still okay. I think we're still in the driver's seat here, unless they pull like a pithing needle. So I'm gonna slow down a little bit and think through my lines a little bit more. All right, I'm gonna add a green. Sacrifice here. We're likely gonna flash in the endurance. Note to self, you can't use this. No, I don't want to cast it. Flash in the endurance here, so we can make use of our mana. Okay, we got there. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Borderline disastrous match against Hardened Scales, against probably our best possible matchup. I don't like Magus on the draw, so I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to go back up on Wall of Roots. Alright, so opening 7, I don't love it, but I think we keep it. I think this is a keep. I'm a little shell-shocked from our last game, from my mulliganing down to 5. So I think we're going to ride with this. Turn 1 Hardened Scales. Okay, if they have turn 2 Ballista, that's the way we lose. Or we can just draw Force of Vigor. Not a Force of Vigor. Alright, let's see if they have the Ballista. Could this be a repeat of game 1? They snapped keeped their hand. Snapped kept. Alright, they don't have the Ballista. So we're safe for the time being. Safe. This hand definitely isn't good enough to get there though, so we need to find something else. I'm glad you guys have been able to join me for this league, because it's been, if nothing else, entertaining watching me punt through my matches here. This feels like this is dying. Yeah, okay. That's fine. It seemed like they were maybe missing their second land drop. So they might still have a Ballista, because they did play out the Yawgmoth, and that is glorious. I wonder if I just play out one of them. I think I just play out one. So we're still playing Grist next turn, and we'll have Force of Vigor up, and if they play a Ballista, they'll mow down both of them. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So this makes me feel a little bit better about my play, you know? Roadside Reliquary. Draw a card if you control an artifact. Draw a card if you control it. Interesting. Okay. There's the Ballista. They're going to dump our Hierarch. Alright, now we're going to dump the Scales and the Ballista. So they're obviously going to kill our Hierarch, and they're going to 1 us as well. Alright, I feel like we're kind of at parity at this point. The way we lose, I think, is through this Nexus, if they can get it up to 10. Oh, this only works if they sacrifice it too. That's good to know. Okay. So I think we get Grist in play. I think that's the move. And I'm going to preserve my life total. I'm going to get a basic. Might be a mistake. That might come back to bite me. But we'll see. Okay. Glad I dumped a land there. This is a close game right now. I do need to find something off the top at some point, I think. I don't think Grist by itself is going to be enough. Like, they can hit Grist for 2 this turn. Well, this thing doesn't have flying, which is weird. Feels like it should. Yeah, so this is kind of how stuff happens. Alright. I wouldn't mind another Force of Vigor here. Land is not really what we're trying to do. I guess this gives us the peat land to sacrifice, so let me think this through. Counters on it, put those counters on Ozolith. Move all counters from Ozolith onto target creature. They can't sacrifice this right now. So they can't really leverage the Ozolith as much as they might want to with the Zabaz. I think I'm going double Hierarch. And swing for 3? No, I don't think I attack here. I don't want the Zabaz to put another counter on the Ballista. Alright, there goes our Dryad Arbor. They have 1 card in hand, so this is really, really close. Maybe the move there is to lead by sacrificing the peat land before I play out the second Hierarch. Alright, so Baz number 2. I feel like they're 1 red mana off of, like, kind of going ham a little bit. Alright, so they're going to be able to start mowing down our board. Yeah, this is bad. We need another Force of Vigor. Okay, so Grist is going to die, as is our entire board, I think. Whew. This isn't good. This is game 3. This is suspect, to throw it out there. Yeah, I was gonna say it was a little odd they weren't mowing down before blockers. 6, 5. Four. Grist is going to go to 1. And they're going to kill the Grist from there, I would imagine. So here I'm kind of faced with a little bit of a dilemma. Do I sacrifice the peat land or not? They're going to be able to proliferate again if they want to. I think I just fetch here. I don't think I dump the peat land just yet. And I think my best draw might be something like a Shieldred, maybe? Wall of Roots isn't bad. That's not terrible. So I'll take that. I do think I'm kind of priced into sacrificing the peatland this turn, though. So if we draw a double black spell, that's going to be not great, but... Okay, Cage, not bad. They're actually, I think, pretty close to lethal. I think we're on a 2-turn clock right now. Do I block here? Block, and then they just shoot it down? No, I think we take it for now. Let's see what we can get. A little redundant. Okay, that's what we wanted. So we'll play out our peatland and pass the turn. That was a nice draw. That was a very nice draw. And pause for a moment before we actually we use it, though. And I think the hits are Ozolith and Ballista. Okay. So here, I think we have to get rid of these two. The throne will be able to do stuff, so that's going to be a little annoying, but they do have to use their resources to make use of it, so. Yeah. I definitely can't let that get into play. That is not an option. Oh, well played from my opponent. Very well played. So they're going to kill my Wall of Roots here. So that might have been a mistake, not using the peatland there. I gave them an opportunity to kill my Wall of Roots. At the same time, I do preserve my life total a little bit. Little details. I was thinking preserve my life total, but maybe that was not the right move. Alright, I want to Shieldred off the top. That would be best draw. That is not good. Alright, we're in a little bit of trouble here. Let's see if they get greedy and sacrifice the cage to try to proliferate stuff. Yawgmoth beats. Yes, I do know Evo is shut off. I will not make that mistake again. That was a big, big punt. I think that was last game I did that. Yeah, Evo is not doing anything right now. Sack the cage, sack the cage. No. For the time being, this is I'm on, I guess, like a 3-turn clock. We're not drawing much of anything here. So if they sacrifice the cage, put it up to 2, sacrifice the Ravager, moves 2 over here, goes up to 4. And if they draw any other artifact, yeah, that speeds up the clock pretty significantly. So 4, 5. I might just be dead this turn. I think I'm just dead. I think this is lethal. So they sacrifice the cage to the Ravager, sacrifice the Shadow Spear. So that's up to 3. 4. I think one more turn is what I have. Yeah, not cooperating here. I mean, like a Liberator, a Besage You, any form of interaction is really where I want to be, but this ain't doing it. A little anticlimactic here. I think this is lethal, if my math is correct. They can proliferate to bump up our infect. They know the math better than I do, but pretty sure this does it. Like they would have equipped the Shadow Spear otherwise. No, still no. Okay. I guess they just forgot. Like that would have been 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe they're 1 short. Bluff for endurance. Wall of Roots. Don't think that's good enough, but we'll play it out. That's fine. I've never seen that land before. Kamigawa. It's fancy. Yeah, I guess if they sack the cage, they might risk me doing something in that moment. But, I mean, I only have 1 card in hand. I guess they kind of have to assume it probably is a tutor of some sort. But, I mean, I think the writing's on the wall. I'm pretty sure I'm dead here. Have to imagine they go for it. Sure, dismember. That's fine. That doesn't matter. I think this has been the longest match I've ever played against this deck. Usually they're over pretty quick. This has been drawn out. Alright. Just do it. End it. Not. Wow. They have to have lethal at this point. Activate the Nexus. Sack to the Ravager. So that's a 2-2. Sack the cage, 3/3. Sack the shadow spear, 4/4. Sacrifice the Ravager, put them all in the Yawgmoth. Like, that's how that works, right? Am I missing something? And they can also proliferate to give me an extra infect counter. They're just playing it very, very cautiously, I guess. Sure do wish I could Evo that. Okay, opponent, please put me out of my misery. Please. The writing is on the wall. This is over. Hand me my first loss against Infect here. Okay, feels like they're doing it now. Yeah, now it's, I mean, it's guaranteed because they can just use this again post-combat. They're just playing it really, really safe. If they miss this line, that would be incredible. This is looking like maybe a 3-2 league. Maybe we time them out. Maybe that's how we get the W. Unlikely. Unlikely. For anyone new that's just joining, thank you for tuning in. This is match 4 of a Modern League with Black-Green Yawgmoth. We are currently going to be 2-2, unfortunately. I am testing a list right now that does not have Thoughtseize. I will show you the list in just a moment, after we get our 10th infect counter. Poison counter, to be specific. They win. There's Yawgmoth. Fancy seeing you. We are on the play here. 7 is medium, but it's a keep. I consider Grist a business spell, so we have a turn 1 play, we have business, so we'll ride with it. It's not a strong hand. Once again, Dried Arbor, essentially a mold of 6, but I don't think we can ship this back. Opponent leads Heath. I hope this is Hardened Scales again. I don't know if they run fetch lands or not, but I want to enact my revenge. Alright, Yawgmoth is good. I don't think they'll have removal, so I could play out the Dried Arbor now to get an extra creature in play. Or I could just go Tomb tapped. I don't think there would be any removal, but at the same time, alright, we're gonna find out together here if they have a way to remove that. Playing out the Arbor. What did I say, Jesse? I don't even remember just the 4-1 leagues. Did I slip up there? This is like a high risk, low reward play, playing out the Dryad Arbor there. Probably not worth it. Stoneforge into Cauldra, I'm guessing. Cauldra is such an annoying card. I detest it. Do not like it. We're still gonna play out our Grist. Or not. Yeah, that changes things a little bit. Alright, so we'll play out Mr. Messenger, and I think we might not be able to race, but it's going to be close. We're going to take 2 off the Tomb if we don't pull another land off the top. We'll see how this next turn goes. No, that's cool. That's cool. The World Championships is on, I understand. No, I'm going to hold off on the Hearst right now. Thank you, Jesse. I've been pretty happy with one in the 75. At some point I might, but right now I'll probably hold off. Okay, so that's really good for us. The fact that they just 2 themselves. And this might actually give us the win. So we'll go down to 15. They have another creature. Springleaf Drum. Okay, we're fine with that. Alright, so we're going to lead with an attack with the messenger. And then I'm pretty sure this is lethal. Yeah, okay. We got him. Up a game. Alright, so we're bringing in the same package we brought in. And once again, another instance where I would want Thoughtseize. I've been bringing in Thoughtseize on the draw against Hammertime for Cauldra, 2 of them. So kind of wish I had Thoughtseize here. In terms of cuts, we're cutting in Endurance, definitely cutting some number of Grist. Probably 2 and a Wall. Let me see, should I cut both Endurances? So if you want to access, there's a sideboard guide. It should be linked somewhere below. 2 Wall, 1 to 2 Grist, 1 to 2 Endurance, 1 Geist. Yeah, I'll just go like this. I guess I could bring in the Magus. I think they're mono white though, so that's not going to be as... No, they had blue. I'll bring in the Magus, I'll cut the Endurance. There is a sideboard guide. It's linked below somewhere. Down and to the right of the description. So if you play this deck and you haven't gotten your hands on that as of yet, feel free to do so. I wonder if I actually cut the messenger, even though that won me that game. Alright, this 7 is very slow, but I think it's acceptable. We'll see what they do. They begin with 7. Beseiju is essentially a spell, so my hand is these 4 and 3 lands. I think I'm going to keep it. Leave a Beseiju on turn 2. Alright, that's a pretty weak turn 1 play on their part. Force of Vigor is really good. Wolf. See what's happening turn 2. Oh, Suspect, I didn't see your comment about Leyline. My apologies. I think Leyline of the Void is fine as a one-of. I think if you run more than one, it's a bit of a liability. And just the... Like, we do have access to really good graveyard hate in our colors, so I feel like you're kind of compromising quality a little bit in doing that. But it's definitely an option. It's really good against Murktide. So our line from this point forward is Hopefully courting for 2, maybe like a Blood Artist? No. I think we have to get a Strangleroot and then Evo into a Yawg from there. I would just, honestly, if you feel like the Graveyard Hate is too slow, I would just run another Endurance, to be honest. Okay, so they're representing Blacksmith skill here. Or they have another 1-drop. We are on the clock. I do. Yeah, if you found Graveyard Hate too slow, more Endurance. That would be the move that I would make. They are thinking, they're debating whether or not they want to leave up their skill or not. And they are. I'm fine with them being a little more cautious. I'm okay with that. Tomb. Dryad Arbor is not great. Well, I guess it's fine because we can pitch it. Hang tight, bud. Yeah, I think we fetch basic. And we're going to cord right now because we're going to get some damage in. Get a Geist. Swing for 3. That might have, I mean, they have the Shadow Spear, so that might not even been the right play. Next turn, we definitely have the chance to combo next turn. We still have an Endurance in the list, right? Yeah, we have 1 Endurance, so the chance is there. Not great, but it's there. Hammer is fine. Okay, so before they have the opportunity to play out a land, I'm going to get rid of both of those. Just because they were representing skill earlier, so if they draw into a land there and play it out, that could mess up the party here. So the other card that gets me out of this jam is also an Innkeeper. If we draw into Innkeeper, Blood Artist will be okay. Let's see. Okay, that is not either. And we kind of have to go for it here. Can't really dilly-dally because we do need to find one of those 2 cards. So we got 6 life to play with to get there. Or less. Arbor's already gone. I just pitched the Arbor to the Force of Vigor. Yeah, so I can't do that. 2 lands. Grist, not good enough. Alright, we got 2 more draws. 1 more draw. Unless it's an Innkeeper. If it's an Innkeeper and a 1-drop. Alright, we got there. We got there. Little lucky. Not a lot of outs though. Blood Artist. GG. We got there. We finished the league 3-2. There were definitely some bumps along the way. Let's go back here. I forget what our first match was against. Goblins? No, we beat Goblins? I don't remember. If you guys watched, 3-2 is unacceptable, Jesse. I don't remember what our first match was. We beat Scapeshift, we beat Goblins, we lost to Hardened Scales, which is very unacceptable, and then we just beat Hammertime. I would say my thought is that this list is not where you want to be. Chalice did absolutely nothing in that league, and that's what I've felt a lot of times when I've run the card, where it's just like, it's a little narrow. Second Veil of Summer did actually absolutely nothing, and there were definitely matchups where running Thoughtseize would have been very, very important, like 3 or 4 of the matches that we played against. So I think running Thoughtseize in the sideboard is correct. I think 2 or 3 is probably the right number. I definitely don't think you need 4, and you might not even need 3, but I think 3 for me right now is where I want to be. Yeah, it's a medium, feels medium, but it's pretty important nonetheless. So play Thoughtseize is my takeaway from all of this. Yeah, Shieldred, I don't know. I still don't know about Shieldred. I don't think I've actually cast a Shieldred in like 3 leagues. The last 3 leagues I've had it in. I like having an extra way to gain life. Ooze does that as well. I don't know. I don't know what else I would replace it with, though. I guess is why it's kind of sticking around. That's kind of why it's here. But yeah, everything else is pretty set in stone. 2 Necromentia, Magus, 1 Veil of Summer. All of these I really like. I like 1 Hearse, but this is what we're doing. Yeah, so...